Senator Bernie Sanders has achieved a major victory for working families with the passage of a groundbreaking economic relief bill. The cornerstone of this legislation is a direct payment of $3,000 for individuals earning less than $75,000 per year. The timing of this bill is critical, providing ongoing support to those facing unprecedented economic hardship. The centerpiece of Senator Sanders' Economic Security Enhancement Act is the direct payment provision, a straightforward cash injection into the pockets of working Americans. Senior citizens will gain significantly from a $200 monthly increase in Social Security benefits, addressing the inadequacy of current benefits. The process will be largely automatic for most eligible individuals, with direct deposits expected within 45 days of the bill's signing. The road to passing the Economic Security Enhancement Act was fraught with opposition from powerful interests and ideological adversaries. Senator Sanders built a broad coalition of support, making strategic concessions without compromising the core principles of the bill. The Economic Security Enhancement Act passed by the slimmest of margins, a testament to Senator Sanders' unwavering commitment to economic justice. The passage of the Economic Security Enhancement Act has ignited a wave of relief and cautious optimism among working families across America. Section 2. Dignity and Security. A new lease on life for seniors. For millions of seniors living on fixed incomes, the $200 monthly increase in Social Security benefits is nothing short of life-changing. The inadequacy of previous cost of living adjustments had forced many seniors into impossible choices, often sacrificing their health and well-being to make ends meet. Margaret Wilson, a 72-year-old retiree from Cleveland, Ohio, knows this struggle all too well. Faced with soaring prescription drug costs, she had resorted to cutting her blood pressure medication in half, a dangerous gamble that weighed heavily on her mind. With the extra $200 per month, Margaret can now afford her full dosage without having to choose between her health and other essential needs. The Social Security increase is about more than just meeting basic needs. It's about restoring dignity and security to our nation's seniors. It's about ensuring that those who have worked hard and contributed to our society throughout their lives can enjoy their retirement years without the constant stress of financial insecurity. For many seniors, this increase represents a newfound sense of freedom. They can now afford to visit their grandchildren, enjoy a meal out with friends, or simply relax and enjoy their golden years without the constant worry of making ends meet. It's a testament to the power of collective action and the importance of investing in social safety net programs that protect our most vulnerable citizens. Section 3. A ripple effect, boosting local economies and communities. The Economic Security Enhancement Act injects billions into the economy, stimulating activity and supporting businesses. Local stores and restaurants report increased sales, allowing them to hire more staff and expand. This economic boost translates to higher tax revenues, funding essential services and infrastructure. The act creates job opportunities across industries, leading to higher wages and economic growth. Section 1. Addressing the critics, inflation, and fiscal responsibility. As with any major piece of legislation, particularly one involving significant government spending, the Economic Security Enhancement Act has drawn its share of criticism. Fiscal conservatives have been particularly vocal, raising concerns about the bill's potential impact on inflation and the national debt. These concerns, while understandable, are often overblown, and fail to consider the bill's nuanced approach and built-in safeguards. Opponents argue that injecting billions of dollars into the economy will inevitably lead to higher inflation, eroding the purchasing power of the very people the bill is intended to help. They point to the recent surge in inflation as evidence that the government should be tightening its belt, not increasing spending. However, this argument overlooks the key drivers of the current inflationary pressures, namely supply chain disruptions, pent-up consumer demand following the pandemic, and soaring energy prices exacerbated by geopolitical events. Moreover, the Economic Security Enhancement Act includes provisions specifically designed to mitigate inflationary risks. The phased-out approach to the direct payments based on income levels ensures that the largest cash infusions go to those most likely to spend the money immediately on essential goods and services, thus stimulating demand without overheating the economy. Additionally, the bill's economic triggers, which we'll delve into further in the next section, provide a mechanism for adjusting benefits based on inflation indicators, ensuring that the program remains fiscally responsible. Section 2. A measured approach, safeguards and economic triggers. One of the key strengths of the Economic Security Enhancement Act lies in its balanced and measured approach. Senator Sanders and his allies, acutely aware of the concerns surrounding inflation and the national debt, incorporated several safeguards and economic triggers designed to ensure the bill's long-term sustainability. The economic triggers in particular represent a crucial compromise that helped garner support from moderate lawmakers who might have otherwise balked at the bill's price tag. These triggers essentially function as automatic stabilizers, adjusting the direct payments and Social Security increases based on key economic indicators. For instance, if inflation were to rise above a predetermined threshold, the payments would be automatically reduced, preventing the program from exacerbating inflationary pressures. Conversely, if the economy were to weaken, the payments could be increased, providing an additional layer of support for struggling families and seniors. These triggers provide a level of flexibility and responsiveness that is often lacking in traditional social safety net programs. They ensure that the program can adapt to changing economic conditions, providing a safety net for those who need it most, without jeopardizing the nation's long-term fiscal health. This measured approach, combining direct assistance with responsible safeguards, is a testament to Senator Sanders' commitment to crafting legislation that is both effective and sustainable. Section 3. Investing in our future. A counter-argument to austerity. While critics focus on the short-term costs associated with the Economic Security Enhancement Act, proponents argue that the bill represents a vital investment in the nation's long-term economic health and social well-being. They contend that the austerity measures often advocated by fiscal conservatives, such as cutting social programs and reducing government spending, are counterproductive, leading to greater economic hardship and ultimately hindering economic growth. Investing in working families and seniors, proponents argue, is not just a matter of social responsibility, but also sound economic policy. When families have more money in their pockets, they spend it in their local communities, supporting businesses and creating jobs. This increased economic activity generates more tax revenue, which can then be used to fund essential services and further invest in the economy. It's a virtuous cycle that benefits everyone, not just those who directly receive the assistance. Moreover, investing in social safety net programs like Social Security strengthens the fabric of society, providing a sense of security and stability that allows individuals and families to thrive. When people are less burdened by financial stress, they are healthier, more productive, and better able to contribute to their communities. This in turn leads to a more educated workforce, lower crime rates, and a stronger social safety net for future generations. Section 1. Public support and political realities. Despite the vocal opposition from some quarters, the Economic Security Enhancement Act enjoys broad public support. Recent polls indicate that a significant majority of Americans approve of the bill's provisions, particularly the direct payments and the Social Security increase. This widespread support, cutting across party lines and demographic groups, reflects a growing recognition that the current economic system is failing to meet the needs of many working families and seniors. The bill's passage, however, was far from a foregone conclusion. The political landscape in Washington remains deeply polarized, and navigating the legislative process required a delicate balancing act of strategic maneuvering, compromise, and unwavering commitment to the bill's core principles. Senator Sanders and his allies faced relentless pressure from corporate lobbyists and wealthy donors who sought to kill the bill or water down its provisions. The bill's ultimate success can be attributed in part to the tireless advocacy of grassroots organizations, labor unions, and ordinary citizens who refused to let their voices go unheard. These groups organized rallies, contacted their elected officials, and leveraged the power of social media to keep the pressure on lawmakers, reminding them that the needs of working families and seniors should come before the interests of wealthy donors and special interests. Section 2. A legacy of fighting for working families. The passage of the Economic Security Enhancement Act represents a significant victory for Senator Bernie Sanders, solidifying his legacy as a tireless advocate for working families and economic justice. Throughout his decades-long political career, Sanders has consistently challenged the status quo, calling for policies that prioritize the needs of ordinary Americans over the demands of corporations and the wealthy. From his early days as mayor of Burlington, Vermont, to his time in the United States House of Representatives and the Senate, Sanders has been a vocal critic of income inequality, corporate greed, and the undue influence of money in politics. He has championed policies such as universal health care, tuition-free college, and a living wage, arguing that these are not radical ideas but basic human rights that every American deserves. The Economic Security Enhancement Act is a testament to Sanders' unwavering commitment to these principles. It is a culmination of his years of advocacy, organizing, and fighting for a more just and equitable society. While Sanders may not have single-handedly passed this bill, his leadership, vision, and relentless pursuit of economic justice were instrumental in its success. Section 3. Shifting the economic paradigm towards a more just and equitable future. The Economic Security Enhancement Act signifies a turning point in addressing economic inequality. It challenges trickle-down economics, which has failed to deliver on its promises. The pandemic exposed the system's fragility, plunging millions into hardship. This bill focuses on direct assistance, investing in working families and seniors. It marks a step towards a just and equitable society, essential for long-term prosperity. The fight for economic justice continues, but this is a significant step forward. Section 1. A turning point in American politics. The passage of Senator Bernie Sanders' Economic Security Enhancement Act marks a pivotal moment in American politics. For decades, trickle-down economics has failed to deliver on its promises, leading to a widening gap between the rich and the poor. The COVID-19 pandemic exposed the deep-seated vulnerabilities of this system. The pandemic-era stimulus checks underscored the need for a more fundamental shift in economic policy. Senator Sanders' bill represents a clear departure from the failed policies of the past. It's a bold assertion that a government must prioritize the well-being of working families and seniors. This legislation is about restoring fairness and opportunity in an economic system rigged against working people. Every American deserves a chance to thrive, not just survive. The passage of this bill represents a significant victory for a more equitable and compassionate society. Section 2. The power of collective action. The victory of the Economic Security Enhancement Act is a powerful reminder of what is possible when ordinary people come together to demand change. Despite fierce opposition, the movement for economic justice prevailed. Grassroots organizations, labor unions, and citizens organized rallies, flooded phone lines, and used social media to amplify their message. This victory shows that collective action can effect meaningful change. Section 3. Shaping a more equitable future. The Economic Security Enhancement Act is a down payment on a more just and equitable future. Direct payments and Social Security increases provide immediate relief to millions. This bill reshapes our economic landscape for generations. It challenges the false narrative of trickle-down economics, prioritizing working families and investing in well-being, a step towards an economy that works for everyone. Together, let us build a future where every American thrives.